One time I was behind the register at Victoria's Secret. This customer walks in and immediately everybody spots her as a red flag. She's just picking up items, throwing them in her bag, not looking at sizes, not looking at colors. So everybody's like, Everyone's on their walkie like, watch this customer. She's coming to the fitting room. She's headed to the cash wrap. Somebody get her. Check her ID. Get her. Get her. She has a bag full of stuff. And guess who gets her at the register? Me. So she comes to my register and she dumps out her stuff and we're having a regular conversation. Hi, how are you? Yada, yada, yada. Her total comes up to probably between $700 to $900. It was expensive. My manager's at the register next to me talking to me on the walkie. Ashley, make sure you get that ID. Don't matter what she's using, make sure you get that ID. So I ask her for the ID because she's paying credit. Why do you need to ask for my ID? Just take it, run it. I'm like, no, ma'am, I'm sorry. I need your ID for the purchase. She starts to raise her voice at me. So she's raising her voice at me. And I'm like, but I couldn't. I just couldn't, y'all. So I was like, I can raise my voice too. Do you want to play this game? Because I'll win, promise. And she's like, oh, well, what time do you get off work? And I'm like, I'm closing. I'm actually getting off at 11. Would you like to pick me up? And then she calls me stupid. She's like, you're stupid. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna eat that. Then she calls me. Whew. So I took a deep breath. And I said, off my line. And honestly, me and her just started going back and forth at each other like, My manager's like, go to the back, go to the back, go to the back. I'm still cursing her out as I'm walking to the back of the store. I really thought I would get fired, but I actually didn't.
Me and my friend were hanging out and eating Panda Express in the back of a Walmart parking lot after dark. We were just chilling in the car and we saw this man outside a semi-truck pacing back and forth. He was creepy and she locked her doors, but we just thought he was some weird guy doing nothing. He kept looking around and looking at our car and we made eye contact a few times by accident. We were gonna leave sooner but wanted to see what he was doing. I was looking at him and he reached in his back pocket and pulled out a gun and I yelled to my friend, drive away, now he has a gun. We dipped so fast and almost hit another car in the parking lot and I called the cops as she drove away. It was really scary.
Storytime on how my password got leaked onto Roblox. This one day I was on Roblox. I was maybe around the age 7, 8. I was in those really catchy games called like Escape McDonald's or Escape whoever, I was in all those like games. I'd always join a server with 3 noobs. Not noobs as in bacon hair. Noobs as in yellow, green, blue skin. I didn't think much about it until this one day. I was in one of those catchy games. As I was in it, I made it to this one part of the stage where I saw 3 of the noobs like huddled together, like together in a circle. I was kind of confused, like what's happening, so I was just walking around and like investigating or something. I saw them chatting things. I was like really, really nervous. You will not believe what they chatted. Like for part 2. And thank you so much for the support. Part 2 on how my password got leaked onto Roblox. As I was investigating the noobs, I noticed they were typing something that I didn't feel comfortable about. They kept on typing my password. Not as in typing like they say it once and then they move on. They typed it like 5 or 6, maybe even more times. As they were typing it, people in the chat were going question mark, question mark. They were on a different level, so I couldn't really see them saying it, but I saw it in the chat. So I kind of felt uncomfortable. I just thought maybe they were talking about something else. It doesn't have to be my password. So I just kept on finishing the obby. Then I made it to this other point, maybe like 5 stages later. I saw the 3 exact same noobs, and they were just sitting by each other like a line. I was wondering, do they have an admin to this game or something? But now that I think of it, they were hackers, so of course they did. As they were sitting down, they were leaking my password again. But as they were leaking my password, it came with a little more surprise. Part 3 of how my password got leaked onto Roblox. The surprise was they were leaking my password with my email. And I used the same password for literally everything. My email, my Roblox account, everything, my phone, everything. So as they were leaking my email, I went to check was it really my email, and it really was. And if you log into my email account, on the side it has like my credit card with all my credit card info. And I didn't know how to turn it off. I was really, really scared. I was like, oh my God. So they just kept on spamming that, and then they stopped spamming. And they said, ha ha ha, we got you. I was like, ha ha ha, we got who? And what did you get? They said, we know you're scared and we know you're a little kid. At the time, I was younger. And then I noticed they were talking about me. I got really, really nervous.